Hey guys, welcome back to classes. I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed my break. Stefanie Carter. A little bit about myself. I am a technology integration specialist and I support two campuses. They're elementary schools, Lakeview and Southside, and they are two totally different campuses, that's for sure. Let's see, I'm living in Mabank, Texas, and I have for about 6 years now, and before that it was like Iowa, Wyoming, Texas, North Carolina, Texas, South Carolina, Texas, Virginia. Now Virginia is where I started it all. That's where I grew up. If you've seen that movie Hidden Figures when they're talking about Langley, Hampton, Virginia, that's where I grew up. I was actually born at Langley Air Force Base. We drove by NASA all the time going to the swimming pool on base. It was pretty cool. So it's interesting how I have all of those historical contexts in my mind, and then living here in Texas, I'm like, they're like, oh my goodness, you're by like the Alamo. I'm like, what's the Alamo? I mean, I know what it is, but it didn't seem like it was that important to me as a kid growing up because I was from Virginia. It was more like, you live near Gettysburg? Oh my gosh, you get to go to the Washington Monument. You can go see Lincoln's Memorial. You get to go to D.C. for your class trip. Yep, every year we got to go to Washington, D.C. Kind of got dull and boring after a while. And like Colonial Williamsburg, fascinating now, but as a kid, Snoresville. So, I mean, it's kind of interesting how you just have those different historical contexts from where you live. That's my personal thing. Now, my favorite hobby, something unique about myself, well, my hobbies is pretty much sitting in my recliner doing absolutely nothing. The main reason is because, little history here. This is my stylist, by the way. Sorry, I like to play with things as I'm talking. But, about 2 months ago, I had an MRI done on my back, and I have bulging discs, degenerative disc disease, a torn disc, what else? It's nasty. My back is all messed up now. So no more helping my friends move. Darn. Or actually, I still drive the truck and drive the trailer behind it, but I don't load it anymore. That's my son's job now. But personal interest related to educational leadership, I am probably gearing up towards being a consultant, working like for the regions or something. Like if you've heard of Casey Bell, that's kind of like my dream job, is being one of those educational consultants where I help brainstorm or I conduct training sessions or actually professional learning opportunities. And so something that's always been interest of me. What I think, how will this class help me address this interest? Setting up an online class that I'll end up using with my teachers in working with some technology things, like maybe doing some summer courses with them to where they don't have like that summer slump, I guess, that teachers end up with, because we kind of do have a little bit of a summer slump just like the students do. One little interesting tidbit though, I had LASIK surgery done Friday on the 18th, and yes, today is the 24th. I was actually able to drive myself to my follow-up appointment the next day, that very next morning. It was like 1 hour from walking in, getting the procedure done, and walking out. 15 minutes from door to door, or walking into the surgery suite and walking back out. 30 of those minutes was waiting for the volume to kick in so that I would be nice and relaxed. Especially when they come at you with this metal hook and they flip your eyelid up or your eye thing up, and you're just like, everything's in focus, out of focus, in focus, out of focus. And it was interesting. But I mean, it was very emotional time for me. And my husband's like, oh my gosh, you're such a dork. And the lady was like, oh, have you never had Valium before? I was like, no, I've had Valium before. A couple issues have happened with that. I said, but I can see that sign over there, and I know my glasses are in my bag, and I don't have contacts in. And so, I mean, I just got real emotional with that. So it's pretty interesting how something like that is a big deal to me, but not to my husband. Because he's never had, I mean, yeah, now he's got to wear his readers, and I'm like, he's like, I can't read that. I'm like, put your eyes on, hon. And so it's funny, one of the warnings they gave me was, they're like, well, you may need to wear bifocals or, readers. And I'm like, optional glasses? Is that what you're talking about? Optional glasses? I'm like, sign me up. I can handle optional glasses. When they're required to see further than your hand in front of your face, that's not fun. Anyway, so I hope we have a great time this year. As you can tell, my discussion post will be recorded. I hate to say this, but I'm horrible when it comes to writing. really horrible. I just don't like to write. It's much faster for me to just put up my lights and make a quick video for you. So I'll try to keep them short and sweet. I know this one's like just right at my 5-minute mark, and I try to keep them shorter. Feel free to cut it off anytime you need. All right. See y'all in the discussion boards. Bye.